Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be continuing What If Naruto had the powers of Eren from Attack on Titan. But before we get into today's video, I would please like to remind you all to leave a like and subscribe. And without further ado, let's get right into the video. So like series off with Itachi getting ready to fight Orochimaru. But we all know that's not going to go in Orochimaru's favor. Just because, like, even from like the canon anime, we all know that's not going in his favor. So as they're fighting, Naruto's like kind of like blocking like just debris from hitting like the other parts of the village. But then like just out of nowhere, the sky kind of darkens, but like not in like the way that you think, but it blots out the sky. And Naruto looks up, and it's like a whole bunch of like decent sized boulders falling out the air. So, like, a shinobi comes back, like one of the least, like, scouting shinobi, and he tells them, like, this massive stone force is, like, sitting, like, just a few feet, behind the tree line, and, like, they're just there, and as these boulders are coming down, Naruto's trying to block some. He's getting majority of them, but he can't stop them all. And Orochimaru was able to get away, and which prompted Itachi to try to stop some of the boulders from hitting the village too. And they were getting a fair amount, but like I said, there's like an entire legion of stone shinobi back there, and they were unprepared. So there's only so much they could do. So as like Naruto seeing his own village, although this village was not the kindest to him, for Naruto to sit there and see like his own village get messed up and stuff, it kind of like something snaps him. Like something like is telling him like, yo, you don't let these people do this to you? Like they're gonna come to your house? So you gotta give them what they want. They want you. They want your power. Give them what they want. So like after like the barrage of boulders stop, Naruto is just like standing there, and like Itachi gets on his shoulder and he tells him like, hey, yo, like we're finna go out there and fight them. And Naruto in his Assault Titan form, he says like no. And this like completely disturbs Itachi because Naruto's never spoken in his Assault Titan form, or Armor Titan form for that matter. Well, it's the Assault Titan form. I don't know why I said Armor Titan. Anyway, so my bad. Like Itachi looks at him and he sees like one of Naruto's eyes is like silver, but the other one is like, red. So he's like, what? And like he notices like the red one has like a slit in it. So he kind of like he jumps back and he's like telling like everybody to like back away from Naruto, and Naruto like transforms into like this like the nimble titan or whatever, and he starts running toward like where the dude pointed in the direction of the stone army. And like as Naruto is headed there, like this voice just keeps telling him, you're like, this isn't like, you can't let them do this to your people. Like this isn't, no, they can't come to your place. It was different when it was a battlefield, but you came to the place, like, yeah. So when Naruto gets there, he jumps in the air and he transforms. And before he touches the ground, he transforms into the Colossal Titan. And when he does it, it destroys like all like their little, like it disorients majority but kills like, I'm gonna say the few people that was in the general area if you watched Attack on Titan. So like Naruto just begins to like walk through the army, like with not like, just clean through them. And they're trying to fight him. Like it's not like they're not trying to fight him. They're trying to, put stone walls up and everything. That they made up a jutsu to try to stop Naruto. They tried to make like a golem type jutsu, kind of like similar to the one in Boruto, but like it's not working. Nothing's working. Naruto's just walking through them and killing majority. So like the people back in the Leaf Village all they're seeing is like this massive being just walking and like they can feel the ground shaking. And Itachi and everyone else that can sense what's going on is like horrified because Naruto is literally stepping on these people. Like, there's nothing that they could really do. So the majority, after like, I'm gonna say like a few minutes of them trying to fight off Naruto, they realize that they're not getting anywhere. So they decide to retreat because this isn't something that they expected to face. So like, as they're like running away, Naruto sees it and he begins like walking in that general direction. And like Itachi's like, hey, he's not coming back. And Jiraiya tells him like, we should go with him. Yeah, we should probably go with him. I don't know what he's planning to do, but I think we should go assemble some Shinobi. We gotta go. So like a few minutes pass and Jiraiya and a few like, I'm gonna say 100, maybe 1,000 Shinobi leave the Leaf Village as the Leaf Village is being repaired by the other few, by the rest of the Shinobi that are left behind. So like when they finally catch up to Naruto, they see that Naruto is like, just like anyone that they drop or like falls behind in any type of way, if they're in Naruto's path, he's not stopping. So as he's walking, they finally get up to like Naruto's face and they're trying to get his attention, and Naruto looks down at him and was like, what are you doing here? And like Itachi tells him like, yo, you won the battle, like we can go back to the Leaf Village now, like where are you going? And Naruto tells him, he's like, I'm gonna go do what they did to my village, to their village. And Jiraiya tells him like, no, you're just gonna continue the cycle. And Naruto looks at him and was like, the cycle continued when they decided to come to my village. And like he starts exerting steam to push them off of him. And then like Jiraiya tells him like, I don't know what's going on with Naruto, but this isn't him. So like at this point they're just following behind him because every time they try to get up toward his face again, he starts like blowing off steam, which is hot enough to burn some of them. So Naruto is just following this army, and as they get closer to the stone village, Naruto starts looking around and seeing like all the smaller little stone camps, and then he starts seeing, like, he looks just a little bit further ahead, he sees like this slightly bigger army, and he stops, like dead in his tracks. He just stops, and Jiraiya and Itachi are like, what's going on? I thought he was like dead set on doing this. And Itachi, like he asks like one of the sensory ninjas to see what's going on. So like, I'm gonna say he's a Byakugan user. He uses his Byakugan and he sees like it's like 10,000 troops up ahead, like they deep up there. So Itachi tells him like, I don't know how much the invasion force was or whatever they did to anger Naruto, how big that was, but I think this is smaller than what they said. So this has to be like the people that were gathering from there. And Naruto, like, he shrinks. And like as he's shrinking down, like his skin begins to get like somewhat pale. And Itachi's like, yo, he's not like returning to his kid size. Like when was he able to, just shrink down into different, I don't think that's, And Jiraiya was like, yeah, that's a little concerning. But like right now, like what is he planning on doing with whatever he's like, So like when he's done transforming, he's like in this white, he's in the Warhammer Titan form, Yeah. So he spawns, like he creates the shield and it's like this sword, almost like a katana. And he looks behind him and his eyes are still like this weird, and he just dips off, like he just starts running toward them. And the shinobi that are in front of them that he's getting ready to fight, they don't look like they're willing to fight, like they're being forced to. So like Naruto stops and he's like, I still don't care. And he looks back at Jiraiya, and Jiraiya's still trying to sell this. Don't do it, bro. Like that's not something that you want to do. Once you start a war with another nation, it's bound to be more consequences. Like even if you do win, you're still going to be made out to be the bad guy, even if you weren't the one that made the first attack. You know, people with the most power, when they win, it's not always a good thing. And like Naruto, he still doesn't care. So he turns around and he raises his sword and he vanishes, basically. And like, just like from where Jiraiya and them were sitting, they could see like the blood splatter and like people flying everywhere. And like people throwing jutsus at Naruto, explosive tags, all of that. But then like Itachi kind of notices like this small little cord leading back to where the Colossal Titan was standing just moments earlier. So he tells Jiraiya, like, yo, what's that? And like Jiraiya was like, I don't know, but I don't know, what is that? So they go over there and they start digging it up. And they see like it's Naruto's encased in it. So they're like, wait, so if you're here, how was that over there? Oh, so like they put it together and they're like, so the cord, okay. So Jiraiya's telling him like, now he's like looking him directly in the face and telling him to stop. And like, as Jiraiya's telling him this, Itachi and like the rest of the shinobi look behind them, and it's like this, like, bloodied Warhammer Titan just standing there. And Naruto like crystals down and he's like, I just disabled their military. I feel like killing all of them for the damages of our village was payment enough. And he like walks off. And Jiraiya was like, bro, where did we go wrong? What happened? And Itachi looks at him and he was like, I don't know, but it's exciting. And he walks off. And like the other shinobi, like the shinobi that they brought with them are like, so what were we here for? And Jiraiya was like, we were here to stop Naruto, but we didn't do anything. We kind of just watched him slaughter injured people, but they did kind of deserve it. And so Jiraiya, like, he just walks off, and like all the shinobi kind of disappear, and like I'm gonna say like the Cloud Village was supposed to be sending reinforcements to the Stone Village, but when the Cloud people got there and they saw what Naruto was doing, like what they said, what they were trying to get, like the power that they were trying to get, what they saw what that power was doing to them, and they couldn't even get it yet, they decided like, yeah, no, that's just not something that we want. That's not, no. Because if you want this power and you can barely experiment with it as it is, and it's only in one person, so there's a limited amount, so we can't kill him, and he's doing this to armies, no, I'm fine. And a few hours ago, we saw like this massive giant human creature walking toward the Stone Village. Like, yeah, you could see Naruto for miles, but yeah, that's either here or there. So yeah, like the Stone is mad at the Cloud because the Cloud didn't provide them with reinforcements. The Sand is currently trying to ally with the Leaf by sending them like supplies and junk to like help them with their, difficulties with the Sand, with the Stone. And the Stone is also, the Cloud and Stone are mad at the Sand because of what they're doing to help the Leaf. But the Sand sees the potential in Naruto and sees that if maybe they can get somebody, to, they don't know, maybe get with Naruto in a sense. They could possibly, get a child with the same abilities. So they're going more along the long routes of trying to get Naruto's abilities. So, like, when they get, I'm gonna say like a few months passed or whatever, and they like the war between the leaf and the stone and the cloud have like they've had their small skirmishes. The cloud not so much, but like when the stone asked them for a shinobi, they'll send like small troops of like, you know, just like 4 people basically, and they're not really strong. They just send squads of 4 just to help them out every once in a while. But it, you know, it's not nothing that the leaf really cares about because they're not sending drastic and very strong people. So, you know, they had their small little skirmishes. The stone and leaf have had some skirmishes. The leaf has kind of, I'm gonna say, taken just a slight advantage over the stone due to, like, you know, Naruto destroying destroying the majority of the shinobi. So that's why they haven't had any like big skirmishes. So I'm able to do this time skip. So like Naruto over time has figured out how to go back into the Warhammer Titan form. And they notice like Naruto's basically able to just create anything that he wants in this form. So basically, he's like in like upgraded Tenten. Like, hey, you want a shuriken? I got you. So Naruto is like training and junk, and like all of a sudden, like this massive like golem fleet, just like army, just appears outside like the Stone Village, not Stone Village, Leaf Village, and like they get like the alert, and Naruto's like, come on, bro, like not again. And Itachi looks at him and he's like, bro, this is like their 2nd time invading us. You slaughtered them the last time. And Naruto looks at him and he was like, yeah, but that was tiring. Like I'm still kind of recovering. And he was like, bro, it's been like 2 months. And Jiraiya was like, we really don't have time for y'all to be arguing. You should probably get to, you know, where we need to be. And Naruto, since you're normally the spearhead of the formation, you probably should go to where you need to go. And Naruto was like, yeah, sure, okay. So Naruto like gets to like the front of the village and he like encases himself in like the crystal and they bury him. And instead of like just making 1 Titan, I'm gonna say he was able to use like the shadow clones. No, I'm joking. No, yeah, I'm joking. I'm not gonna do that. He's able to like he makes like the Warhammer, like he make a crossbow, but it's like really big, and he's like shooting the golems as they're walking forward, so like they don't have as much like, you know, giant support. And yeah, so like the Leaf Village is kind of like the Leaf Village walls have basically become like a fortress, and the Leaf Village itself, I'm gonna say, has been pushed back due to like all the damage and stuff that was dealt to it during like their first like major fight. Well, no, I would say that'd be their 2nd major fight, because their first major fight would have been when Naruto and Jiraiya and Itachi and them was training, and they decided, yeah, that would be their first fight. This would be their 2nd fight. Anyway, I mean the 3rd fight. Anyway, well, that would have been their 2nd fight. This would be their 3rd fight. Anyway, so yeah, the Leaf Village has been pushed back. So like, there's like a small little battleground. They saw that that would be a great idea. So the Leaf Village is propped up on the hill. So it's like pushed back to more where the Hokage's office will start. And there's like another wall. And they're like pushed up onto the mountain basically. So yeah, they like built their entire village into the mountain, surrounded by trees. Anyway, so Naruto, like, he makes his colossal titan and he's shooting the golems, and they're like just falling in. The Stone Village has been trying to perfect this golem thing because they feel like that's the only other way that they're going to be able to like stop Naruto. And then like all of a sudden, like, I'm gonna say like 2 of these random like giant things just appear like off into the horizon, and Naruto's just stopped and he's just looking at them. Like the Warhammer Titans is looking at them as they're like running goofily toward them. And it's like, it's not just a small amount, it's a decent, like, it's like, I'm gonna say like maybe 5. And if you watch Attack on Titan, you know that 5 abnormal Titans are fairly dangerous. So anyway, like Naruto seeing them coming, and like the Warhammer Titan disappears, and Naruto comes out the crystal, and they dig him back up, and Naruto's like, yo, these guys, aim over there. And they see them coming, and they're like, so what are they? And Naruto looks Itachi and Jiraiya directly in the eyes, and he's like, I don't know, but I think I have an idea. Just aim over there. So Naruto goes into like the Warhammer Titan again, and he pulls out like the sword and shield that he normally likes to use, and the Stone Village is confused because they don't even know where these things just came from. So like they're thinking that they're gonna be on their side, but like no, because when they get up to where they're fighting, there's two that run toward Naruto, and there's two that run toward Naruto and the Leaf Village, like stronghold point basically, and there's three that runs toward the Stone Village people, and they begin to like just devour and eat them. And like the Stone Village people are just horrified because like Naruto doesn't do this, but they do it and they're not dying. Like they take like the golems that they have are able to take them down, but they don't know that they have to punch them in like the nape of their neck, like basically kill them. So they're not like, they're just beating them, and then eventually when they pop their heads off their bodies, you know, they're dying. But until then, these abnormals are just, when they get punched to the ground, squishing people and then scooping some up into their mouths. So like, yeah, Naruto was able to take out one of the, both of the Titans that were fighting on the Leaf side. But then like, after a few minutes of the Stone Shinobi getting like just absolutely slaughtered by these Titans, they were able to finally like kill them. So Naruto's just standing there, and they see like Naruto been killed them like those, and like the Warhammer Titan's just standing there, and the Stone Shinobi retreat, and Itachi was like, yo, so they start digging Naruto back up, and he was like, yo, what the hell was that? Like, what were those? And he's like, I don't know who the hell got it, but somebody got my blood. That's not good. And this is where I'm going to be ending this part off. If y'all enjoyed the video, drop a like. If y'all enjoy my content, please subscribe. Anyway, this has been Shinobi. Peace.